We're here in the wonderful city of Bath with JAECOO, where we're going to go visit one of England's most promising rising stars, Guy Pepper.
Hard running line from Guy Pepper, one of the players who really has impressed this season.
A Premiership champion, a Challenge Cup champion, and much more to come, I'm sure. There he is.
Good to see you, Chris. How are you?
Right?
Yeah, very well. Looking very smart in the car.
It's nice, isn't it? But yeah, you're going to take me around Bath today, show me a little bit.
Yep.
I want to see a bit of your home city, your new city.
My new city indeed, yeah.
Right. I've only ever been here for games and training. Myself and James Haskell actually, we had a day off when we used to stay in Bath Spa and went to the Roman baths.
I've actually never been, to be honest. Never been.
Have you done the local attractions yet, or?
To be honest, this is like the second, third time I've been to the Royal Crescent itself as well. The Rec and Bath as a place to play at is very special. It's almost, I feel like, one of the closest teams that rugby can get in terms of being almost like football-esque with the amount of support they get.
Bath is home now?
Bath's home.
Do you feel settled?
Yeah, for sure. Living the rugby and, as you say, the city, as we're driving through now, you can see why it becomes home quite quickly.
How did you get into rugby then? From an early age? Or?
Yeah, early age. My family's kind of rugby oriented. It's a family. My dad actually played for Quins like yourself.
Really?
Back in the amateur into professional era.
What position was he?
Back row 7 and then did the bad transfer of going to hooker. So he's a bit smaller and stockier than me, so he was a head of rugby at the school I went to, so yeah, it's kind of been from the start, and my brother plays as well, so he's down at Bristol now. So it's kind of been both of us been to and fro and battling out against each other since.
Is your dad like a coach then in the garden for you and your brother when you were younger?
Yeah, a little bit, and he was pretty good, to be fair. He's never been a pushy dad, but he knows how we both operate, so he knows at the right time when we need to screw our heads on, kind of thing. So yeah.
But then you also had a couple of injuries early on, or?
I suffered from the age of 6 of juvenile arthritis, which is all under control and at the minute all well. But yeah, it impacted me briefly during school, put a stop to play, and all is well at the minute, and
nice.
Yeah, I'm fighting fit.
And then going back to more the beginning of your Newcastle days, how pleased are you to see them kind of going in the direction they are with obviously the reinvestment, Red Bull?
Obviously my experience at Newcastle was I wouldn't shy away from it. It was very tough. I loved my time there, and I actually wouldn't change anything I did, and being able to make my debut for Newcastle and experience the Premiership with the team I did, I loved. And I think looking at them now, I'm just so happy for them and so pleased for them in terms of the players they've got. It's exciting at the minute. Every day there's a new announcement coming through with their signing, so hopefully it keeps going like that. Were you always a one-man club, or?
Well, yeah, in England, yeah, Harlequins was my team. It was my boyhood club. Yeah. The team I only ever wanted to play. Obviously went the whole way through 300 times. Yeah. Which was absolutely incredible to captain and to play for them. Yeah, good times, bad times. It's part of it, really.
Yeah,
and it
was roundabouts.
Yeah, and it was one of those things. A lot of people always say, "Would you think of moving abroad?" And probably like you, I always wanted to play for England. Yeah. Obviously, you made your debut in Argentina.
Did you, am I right in saying you made yours?
I made my debut there as well.
It's very different. Very different in terms of, again, going back to that football analogy of fans jumping around the cages, around the pitch.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool. And the towns that we played in, it was almost like a dead town, and then soon got to game day and it was just a different beast in terms of the fans coming in from everywhere, just been walking through the streets.
I actually, yes, had my debut then, similar thing, the Lions were away, so more players had that opportunity. I then had to wait about 2 years before I started again. You went in 2 months later, started every game. How did that feel to get that?
Yeah,
everyone's back and you were still chosen.
Yeah, to be honest, I was very shocked and surprised, to be honest with you, when you got players like Tom Curry coming back from the Lions. That was amazing, and to get to experience Twickenham. I experienced it in the Prem final, but to experience it with England, when everyone's back in that team, it was amazing.
Continental champions again.
Obviously Bath Challenge Cup winners last year. your Prem final. What about that incredible try, which against your old mate, which got ruled out, unfortunately?
I'm still not forgiving him for that. So,
can you still claim you scored that or not?
Well, I mean, obviously at the end of the day it's been ruled out, but it's probably the best try.
It's on the highlight reel though, isn't it?
Yeah, I can stick it on somewhere, just no one know. It was knocked on before, but yeah, it's probably the best try I'll ever score in my career, so I'm pretty good about that. And to be honest with you, can't remember much of the game other than getting disallowed tries. So, but yeah, it's more the days, the times afterwards with your family and all your friends that were down watching the game, and yeah, it's probably one of the best days of my life, to be honest.
Did he change his speedo, or was that the same speedo for?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's pushing for a budgie smuggler. Yeah, he definitely led the charge on that front, and I think luckily they all had Ibiza booked for afterwards, so they carried on into Ibiza. So, and I don't know if the budgies made it out to there, but they definitely made it to Glastonbury afterwards.
Oh,
so I think there was a little bit of pressure on our back, and yeah, it was kind of a bit of relief when we got it over.
Okay, so we're going to stop and get a quick coffee. Yeah. Who are the coffee baristas in the England squad?
Ben Spencer's got his own company. I know it's obviously a big personality, isn't it, in rugby environments to be able to make coffee. So yeah. I'm not quite there with my latte art personally. This is normally queuing out the door, and if you're not early enough, you won't get one. So, can I get the pork and can I get a flat white, please?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I used to love being with England.
Yeah.
I would get physio at 9 o'clock at night. I'd be having massages. You have your food prepared. Yeah. It was what I loved also about England. It's the training. I loved the intensity in which you train, but also the skill level. Like you do a line out at a club and it's good, but a ball's thrown down here. You do a line out with England and you're being thrown in the air. It's top height every time. Sure. Yeah. You're getting crisp passes from the fly half, whoever that be.
And then if it's not, you're told about it as well.
Yeah, exactly, and you've got to hold your own. But I think, look, there's a bit of fear that you've got to train well, but it's when you go into England in those environments, you enjoy that training?
Yeah, that's where we're taking strides at the minute as a group. Is the training intensity is just different level to club environment at the minute, and rightly so as it should be, because you're playing for your country. But I think at the minute that's what we're holding our hat on and definitely taking strides forwards with. But yeah, it's class, particularly down at Penny Hill with the spa facilities, and just in the afternoon you just sit in that hot bath.
It'll never make you want to go to another spa in your life.
Yeah, no.
My wife asked me now and I'm like, no, I can't. It's not as good as Penny Hill. Yeah. Every room there, I was always sharing with Dan Cole. Okay, so I was always with him, so I expected him just to appear, which was quite nice. Who do you share with?
Well, for the last 4 weeks I shared with Henry Pollock.
What's that like? Because he's interested.
He's interested. I also get on with him very well. I think it's important when you're in environments like that you can be yourself around people, and he's certainly someone that you can be yourself around. We had a few exchanges before we played each other at Christmas, and to be fair to him, and his team, they took the dub that day. So, they were very good.
Who are the leaders that we wouldn't know about in the England squad? Who are the people? Obviously, we know Mauro and Jamie George and people like that.
You're the likes of Genji, who you know what you get with him in terms of your pre-match talks, and there's no one better than him at doing that. Even someone like Charlie Yules, who comes in and knows lineouts like no one else. So even he leads from the front in terms of that front as a forward pack. So. No, it's a good group to be involved in at the minute, and I think there's a great balance of youth and wisdom. So in terms of like being a leader yourself, what's the best piece of advice you ever received?
Someone told me once, one of the most important things is you keep turning up. Yeah. You might not be putting in the best performances, you might be showing vulnerability, whatever, but you've got to be in the room. Yeah. You've got to be in the room, and when there are tough times, you need to be the one there helping others as well. Yeah. Not to say you didn't need help yourself. Sean Fitzpatrick said, New Zealand legend, always train as if you're number 2 trying to be number 1.
Yeah.
As in always want to try and aspire to be better, and But I think also you need a bit of downtime with that as well. And I think the generation, the changes, recovery, all that kind of stuff is so important now. And finding how to switch off is equally important. That's why, for me, it was trying to get away from rugby at periods of time, having different interests, whether that be a business venture or family stuff or seeing some friends, gaming, maybe a game.
Yeah, that's not for me, but yeah.
You ever thought post-rugby yet?
No, I'm very much...
Strictly?
Yeah, strictly follow your path.
What would you do if you were to do one of the reality shows? What would you do?
I think I'm a celebrity.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've always grown up watching that, so I think I'd be pretty good at it as well.
England squad, who'd be the best in Strictly?
I feel like Marcus Smith might have a bit of like...
Marcus. The best in I'm a Celeb?
I'm a Celeb, I'll go with Joe Hayes. I think he's just got that.
Okay.
Probably fear of nothing, and I feel like he very much likes to go off and find his own ventures.
Love Island?
Got to be careful what I say.
Yeah, maybe leave this one.
I'll go the easy one, Henry Pollock.
Henry Pollock, well, get him in there. Yeah. And then Champions Cup, then I always find this interesting. Out of this year's crop, if you were to play, or who would you like to play in a back row with from other teams?
I've always been a massive fan of Caelan Doris from Leinster. Well, Ireland have been unbelievable the last few years, and he's probably been their star man and led from the front. Lavani Bottia from La Rochelle. I've always been a massive fan of him, probably from when he squared up to Tom Curry in the game.
Who hasn't though, to be honest? I think a lot of people have tried that.
No, I think Champions Cup rugby is just, as you say, unbelievable competition to come against the best players in the world.
Where would you then, if you could choose one venue to go and play, if you're going with Bath's best team going to go and play, what stadium and atmosphere would you want to experience?
I think it's got to be Bordeaux. I think that's the stadium at the minute that I think, speaking to other people, they said that that's what you've got to experience, that's the place to go at the minute. And the rugby they're playing, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to get drawn against them at the minute because they're on fire, but no, I think, as you say, it's a competition, you've got to beat the top, beat the people at the top to win it. So no, I think Bordeaux away would be unbelievable, and I think it's probably got to be somewhere in France because that's you get the atmosphere. And where's the best place you've played in Europe then, or best game you've experienced? We
went down to Toulouse and they beat us at our place. We were shell-shocked, probably admiring the names a little bit too much. And then the following week we went over there and we won. And it was amazing. The atmosphere was absolutely incredible. Again, we probably shouldn't have won, but we did. But I still remember in there, like in their change room, the away change room, it was one of those away tactics, I think. They had toilets where it was just like a hole in the ground.
Yeah, we had that in Benetton, I think. Treviso, yeah.
Well, Guy, thank you very much for joining me today. Go well in the Champions Cup, and I'll see you soon.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Take care.
See you later.